Both 5G and Wi-Fi 6 are complementary technologies that provide higher speeds, lower latency, and an increased capacity over their predecessors, giving companies a choice. Should companies develop their connectivity solutions by using Wi-Fi technology, or should they evolve to using new 5G solutions? To answer this question, organizations should carefully consider their needs and use cases. There is potential for both to coexist. Public 5G services are in the process of being rolled out and are initially targeted at higher speed mobile services or as alternatives to fixed internet services. It will be some time before the full range of low latency and high speed services are deployed publicly. However, in parallel, authorities are setting aside spectrum for private 5G deployments, where an organization can apply for a license to utilize the spectrum within a specific geographical area in order to serve its on-site needs, such as voice, data, video, control systems, Internet of Things. This is particularly attractive for large campus sites, manufacturing plants, oil and gas installations, amongst others. Achieving similar with Wi-Fi would typically require very many access points and considerable infrastructure to connect and control the on-site services. For desk-based connectivity, equipping PCs and laptops with 5G capability and deploying 5G infrastructure is likely to be far more costly than upgrading to Wi-Fi 6. There's a trade-off between 5G that requires fewer, more expensive cells and endpoints, and Wi-Fi 6 that requires a higher density of access points but more cost-effective endpoints. Wi-Fi 6 equipment, like previous generations, is backward compatible with earlier standards and so supports a gradual rollout as end devices are upgraded or replaced. However, the characteristics of the new standards mean that the setting of access points may need to change to give optimal signal to all users. Similarly, 5G devices typically also support 4G, though there again, there may be some need to access the setting of antennae in order to optimize the performance. Whilst both solutions can offer peak performance throughput over 1 GB per second, 5G is more suited to applications requiring very low latency and/or roaming across a site, such as autonomous vehicles. In both cases, the likely bottleneck on throughput is the back-end infrastructure and connectivity from the site, which should be sized appropriately. Both Wi-Fi 6 and 5G are extremely reliable when deployed correctly. Although 5G is deployed using licensed spectrum, which is less subject to interference than unlicensed spectrum, operating on licensed spectrum doesn't always translate to higher levels of reliability. Numerous enterprise Wi-Fi customers have achieved extremely high levels of reliability and performance in demanding environments, such as large, sophisticated manufacturing plants. Wi-Fi 6 improves reliability even further. Both Wi-Fi 6 and 5G are highly secure and offer more additional security compared with previous standards. The reality is that Wi-Fi and 5G are both evolving to better serve end users, and both markets will grow to address the macro trend of connecting devices and transporting the data they generate. 5G will serve business apps requiring high-speed mobility and macro coverage, while Wi-Fi 6 will continue to prove its value as a reliable, secure, and cost-effective access technology for most enterprise applications, as Wi-Fi does today. Initial 5G capabilities are beginning to be rolled out by the telcos. It will be a little time until the full range of 5G services are delivered and can be exploited by enterprises. Wavestone helps clients assess their existing environment, evaluate viable options, and establish an optimal strategy, and then support the journey to source and adopt a new solution.